Welcome to the Meta Weekly. We have banned Poplar in today's event due to popular demand. A lot of you hating on Snake Eyes. Is this enough to fix the game? What do you think? Will the meta still be top tier Snake Eye, or maybe we're then gonna have Rescue Ace be the best deck? Well, let's find out.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Giovanni and Yusuf are here. We have Union Hanger, which is going to be grabbing our B-Buster Drake. It's all about Union monsters. We're going to equip a Union monster from the deck, our Union Driver to banish itself, to then equip from the deck. The Assault Core in the back row, special summoning itself. Giovanni is just scooping it up. No way we could play around that, really. I mean, what? Our hand looked pretty good for going second. We had the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber would be a forced to negate. You have to negate that. It's going to wipe out the entire field. And then you have the Makanko Water. Equip this on any monster. Spin it back into the hand. We also have Triple Tactics Thrust. Get thrusting. Thrust into another. Really? We just thought we were going to lose. Okay, let's hop into game number 2. Hold up. You are Makanko and Dogmatica. All right. We are going to be choosing to go second because we are Makanko. We're going to be grabbing a Revolution Synchron, then setting it. Now, how do we play around skill drain? Dogmatica Matrix. If the opponent has a card, it's going to be searching for 2 cards from your deck. We're activating Maxi early. What the heck? Do we need a body in the graveyard for some reason? We're going to activate Dogmatica Calamity, sending from the extra deck to the grave a Lulu Walla Lilith to come forth and ritual summon our Alba Zoa. Holy moly, look at that animation. It is beautiful. Now, the Dogmatica Matrix will be sending from the extra deck to the grave a Herald of the Arclight, which will be searching for our Ohime. Now, ideally, we would have been sending an Entis, because we got to pop that back or that skill drain is going to stop us. Dogmatica Maximus, this is when the Impermer skill drain will be used. We're actually going to be holding onto the skill drain, interestingly. Negate from sending 2 cards to the extra deck to the grave, which would probably have been Entis and something else, or maybe double Entis. We have Alba Zoa, sending 7 cards from the enemy's extra deck to the graveyard. 8 cards left on their extra deck. We're now equipping Water onto the Maximus. We're going to use the Makanko Kagura to tribute off the Maximus to come forth and Shokan and summon Ohime. Now, this plays around skill drain. The Kagura is non-target pop cards in the field equal to the equipped cards we have in the grave. We have 1, we have 2. That's non-target pop 2 plus deal 2,000 damage. Let's go. Wipe it up. Very well done. Not enough for lethal damage, but at 2k life left, it's not looking good. Ohime is going to be activating to equip the Water onto our Retaliating Sea, returning it back to the hand to come forth and summon a Hewley, which will trigger to grab a Spirit Walk. Now, Spirit Walk's going to deal how much damage? Target a face-up monster your opponent controls, equip it to a Makanko, and then if a ritual monster is on the field, which it is, you can inflict 500 to the opponent for each equipped card you control. 1 plus the monster you equip, that's going to deal 1,000, not enough for lethal. And if we have another equipped card, it's going to deal 1,500 damage because the Ohime could equip a 3rd. So we have 1,500 damage at the moment. Albazo is unaffected from monsters from the extra deck. Union Hanger is the play, but I think if you have Union Driver in your hand, it's not good. It's a Garnet, right? You are screwed because the Union Hanger states that you're going to equip a Union machine with a different name from your deck, not your hand, but the monster you equip cannot be special summoned. So that's why you have to use Union Driver, because it will equip another monster from the deck that can be special summoned. So if you don't play 2 Union Driver, I think you're bricked up. Do we play a second copy? We do. This is why you play double copy, to reduce the chance of drawing both. Very well done. Driver banish, equip from the deck. Now this Union can be special summoned. Now it can make some plays. Is this a Black Rose Dragon? Ancient Fairy, almost. Level 7 Synchro. Do we play Black Rose Dragon? We have the Iris Sword Soul activating. If you special summon from the extra deck, we're going to destroy 1 monster special summon, getting rid of that Ancient Fairy Dragon. To battle we go. It just like that. Self-inflicted lethal, killing themselves, swinging into the Albazoa. Let's do it. All right. Very well done. Union Hanger it up. Now the Retaliating Sea, if they activate a spell that includes the effect of special summon, we are going to be summoning it, then everything going to the grave will be banished instead. We're equipping the Union Driver to equip from the deck a C. Now we're going to activate the Max C, as they then further commit under the Max C into simply a Baguska. Plan B, Baguska, everything will be forced into defense and will be negated. Very nicely done. Now we are going to be Nadir Servanting, locking us out of the extra deck, searching for a Dogmatica Maximus, sending an Entish, triggering it to pop a card in the field, taking out that back row reactivation. We're going to equip Water onto the Baguska, spinning it back into the extra deck, summoning a Hugh Lee. Hugh Lee will trigger because it's equipped to grab a Spirit Walk to burn an additional 1,000 to 1,500 more damage during the next turn. Dogmatica Ecclesia grabbing the Dogmatica Matrix, which will be activatable to search for 2 cards if the opponent controls a monster, that is, so the field spell does not count. We have Dogmatica Maximus sending additional cards in the extra deck to the grave, sending a Garura to draw a card, activating the effect of the Herald to search our deck for a ritual monster or spell. Come to me, Ohime. How does Makonko inflict lethal on an open field? Can they do it? Well, with the power of Dogmatica, we're going to summon a 4,000 attack Dogmatica Albazoa. Albazoa is going to be used alongside the Gangrenol. We're going to be activating it to send 7 cards in the opponent's action next to the graveyard. When is that Nibiru coming out? When are at the end of the main phase, I believe, will be the play. Wait, no Nibiru? We're just going to wait. We're going to chill. It's not lethal damage, so we're fine. Did they make any additional... Did we not summon 5 times? This was it? Wow. I guess we did just 4 summons, and the 5th summon's in the end phase. Only 4 summons. Very well done. Giovanni playing around Nibiru, and the 5th summon being where Nibiru cannot even be activated. That is how it's done. Now we have a triple tactics talent, hoping that something gets activated from a monster within the main phase only. Thus, then, our triple tactics talent will be activatable. Activating our Therion Disc Coliseum to search for a Therion Regulus. Equipping from the graveyard to come forth and summon. We now have an Omni Negate. Negate anything, mate. We're going to be triggering the Gangrenol, which will be triggering the ability to use the triple tactics talent. We're going to come forth and summon from the back row our Sea Wyvern, and from our back row our Bee Buster, as we then make SP Little Knight. Now, Little Knight on summon is not banishing a card here because we didn't use anything from the extra deck to summon it. We're now going to be using the Bee Buster and Assault Core, triggering when sent to the graveyard. The Despian Lulu Walla Lilith says if a card leaves the extra deck, we are going to be able to boost up our fields. Let's go. All right, is that what happened here? Card leaves the extra deck, you can make all monsters you control 500 attack permanently, and then you can negate 1 card in the field. We also chose to negate the SP Little Knight. We didn't chain the Little Knight to dodge the negate. That is okay, as we then make an Access Code Talker, but boost up to 4,300 attack. Let's go. Now, unfortunately, the Albazoa is going to be unaffected from the Access Code Talker, so how do we deal with this? It cannot be, where's the effect? Unaffected by the activated effects of a Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, and or Link, but it could be destroyed by battle if you're big enough, which we are not. Now, we're going to use the Spirit Walk to equip a card in the field. We can equip the Access Code Talker, burning for 1,000 damage right there. As we banish 3 cards in the graveyard, A, B, and C to summon the ABC Dragon Buster is here. The Iris Sword Soul is going to trigger from you summoning from the extra deck. We're going to be popping that newly summoned monster as the ABC then chain discards a card to banish the Lulu Walla Lilith off of the field. We're then going to finally be using our triple tactics talent to take control. Come to me, the Albazoa. Albazoa, we're going to use the effect against you, forcing you to send cards from your extra deck to the grave, which you actually want to do. So thank you very much. We're going to search, we're going to pop, we're going to return back, we're going to negate, we're going to trigger all 4 cards, mate, just like that. Activate everything. Negate, spin back the field spell, pop a card in the field, and the Herald of the Arclight searching for the Kagura. Now, the Albazoa is unaffected from the Xyz monster, as we then just reflect the 4,000 damage, knowing that the Albazoa is going to be returned back in the end phase anyway. Makonko Dogmatica. Very nicely done. I am very much interested in that. And this is after Nadir Servant got semi-limited. I think that has done a lot to reduce the morale of the Dogmatica players, including Gia, who invested in the deck, and then Nadir Servant's now semi-limited. Reinforce our hand. Mourner will be only activatable on a special summon. This will be our normal, so it's not negatable. We're going to activate Maxi in response to the effect to summon a monster from the deck. Now, what do we do here? What's very difficult about this deck is you have to get 5 different mementos in your hand and or grave to then use your trap to have 5 negates. Do we special summon 5 times under Maxi to get those 5 negates? It may be worth it. But the Ghost Mourner right here is going to be able to negate the Anguish, which would search for the horse that would special summon under Maxi. So maybe this is a debate, as we would probably end our turn anyway. Uh-oh, Nibiru to the hand, activate Mourner, negate. You're not going to be adding from the deck, mate. And this being negated is a big problem because you need the Anguish to be on the field to use its second effect to reborn a body from the grave to search your deck for the Memento Fusion, which we already have. All right, we're going to chain the Bone Party to pop the Anguish to dodge the Ghost Mourner negate. Further summoning or adding, we're going to add the Memento combined creation off of that. But in order to summon it, we need to have 5 different Mementos. We have 3 so far. So the horse is going to be able to send 3 from the deck. And just like that, we can in fact summon our Memento combined creation. Return 5 in the graveyard back in the deck to come forth and summon. And just like that, we have the 5 monster negate. It will only negate monsters on the field, not from the hand or grave. And beyond that, we do have the Anguish in the graveyard still, which is, oh, this is incredible. So what's going to happen is the combined creation in response to a card activating on resolution, just like a Fenrir, it will trigger to reborn from the graveyard the Anguish, which will then search your deck for the Mace. Now the Mace is going to take control of any card on the field that's a monster within the main phase. And that might be good before they exceed into something like a Trident. Yes? Let's go. So 5 negates plus take control. Pot of Desires. We are going to go off of the draw 2 here. Imperming on the combined creation would probably not be that good, but it's probably something we still should have done to play around the Anguish. Now, we have not activated the combined creation because I believe we are trying to play around a triple tactics talent, which is a big issue with the deck where you get your combined creation stolen. So playing into that to not search the Mace instead to take control of monster, that could make sense. We're going to be able to negate that Trident. We have 5 negates. Trident, activate, detach to pop, flip up, negate, reduce our attack and defense by 1,000. And you have to be careful when you summon monsters in attack position, you have to attack the combined creation. The Borbo cannot attack directly. So if we enter the battle phase here, we clearly did not read this trap where it states you must attack the monster with the highest attack. Oh gosh, we did not read the Memento. Just like that, Borbo going into the combined creation and dying. Main phase 2, set up our triple back row, then pass. Now, it could make you susceptible to a lightning storm by summoning this in attack position, but you see what happens when you're in attack. They got to attack into it while you're in attack. It's great, I love it. We got the horse summoning from the hand, activating to pop itself, or the combined creation to send cards in the deck to the grave. Imperm is going to be negating. We're going to chain Bone Party to pop this horse and then summon or search for another card. That's going to be negated. So we could still chain Memento Fusion to dodge the impermanence before the imperm negates that column. That's exactly what we're going to do. Memento Fusion, send the horse to the graveyard, dodge the disruption. Now, our newly summoned Twin Dragon, unfortunately, will not be able to activate its effect to search for 2 cards in the deck, which would be 2 monsters, because the horse will resolve popping it, but its other effect will trigger to reborn a monster from the grave. And we're also sending cards in the deck to the grave, so we're going to be re-summoning the combined creation. Remember, to summon it, we had to return 5 Mementos in the grave back in the deck, so we have to refill up the grave. We just sent 4 from the deck, just like that, triggering the Gaddock and the Twin Dragon to reborn both from the grave. Now, Gaddock can recycle any Memento card in the graveyard. Spell, trap, monster, come back to me. We have the Anguish searching our deck. Gaddock is going to be recycling the Bone Party back to the hand, and the Moonlit Chill will be negating the Gaddock from recycling that Bone Party effect. Now, at the Anguish, we could reborn from the graveyard. We could be reborning the Mace. And Mace could, if we wanted to, search our deck for the field spell. We're going to be making an SP Little Knight, but not using the extra deck. Thus, it is not going to be banishing on summon. Return 5 cards in the graveyard back into the deck to come forth and summon from the grave into a Nibiru, but we're going to dodge that Nibiru, reapplying our creation to be summoned back on the field during the end phase, but it's not considered a summon. Imperm will unfortunately be negating that SP Little Knight. Thus, the combined creation will be going to the graveyard, and we have the Memento Trap not being able to negate Nibiru from the hand. Only card effects from monsters activated on the field will be activatable. We have the Memento Fusion pop in any card, any monster we control to then grab the field spell from the deck. Now, during the end phase, the field spell will be able to set up from the graveyard the Bone Party. Now, we do have Disruption. Despite not being able to use the Cranium Burst to negate monsters, we do have Bone Party, which will be able to pop our Horned Dragon to then pop 2 face-up cards the opponent controls and 1 of our own. And that's also going to trigger the field spell to reborn a body from the graveyard. But the main play of getting our combined creation out, there's no good way to summon it. We can't summon it. We can't get it on the field. You have to summon it on your own turn. Otherwise, you're not going to be using the Cranium Burst. So let's go. We're going to Bone Party. We're going to go for the double pop here. Come forth and summon the Anguish, trigger the Horned Dragon and the Anguish here, also triggering the field spell to Reborn from the graveyard. Now, this could Reborn the Twin Dragon if we have not returned it back into the extra deck. And just like that, Horned Dragon wiping out the Thoroughblade and Nibiru as we Reborn from the grave and add from the deck. So we are ready to summon from our graveyard next turn the Combined Creation. At 5,600 life, this is it. Scooping it up. Very well done. Memento versus Zoodiac. Begin. Not even a set pass. Nope. Back to you. Let's go. This is it. We have Anguish, which will be met with the Effect Veiler, which can be dodged with the Bone Party, so we're not forced to finger it. Activate, Bone Party, mate, pop the Anguish and summon a monster with a different name. Ash Blossom, negate the Bone Party, finger the Ash. Now, all we have left is the Ghost Ogre. We also have the Maxi, which is going to be negated by Ash. So, again, we just had the Ghost Ogre. Chain Link 7. Negate the Maxi mate. Negated. Finger the Ash. After, wow, we had a finger on a lower chain link and our own Ash and a higher chain link. Very interesting. Good stuff here. Bone Party going through. We're going to add from the deck, not special summoning. Why not special summon? That is something. What? Did we not special summon? Huh? We are, my mouse button's broken. What the heck? It's not working. I got to unplug my mouse and plug it back in. Gia, can you do that for me? Let me fix that real quick. Resolve. So we misclicked. I don't know what. How did we add the Dark Blade and not summon it when we have Maxi negated? We fingered the Ash. I don't understand what happened here. This is not cool. Can Slouser say something in the chat? What is going on? This says take a Memento, add it to the hand, or special summon it. This had to be a misclick. Misclick, right? There's no reason why it should not have been summoned. All right, Veiler, come to me. And just like that, off the top of the deck, we have the Anguish, which we do not need. Effect Veiler to pop the Dark Blade, which we could chain activate the Bone Party. Excuse me. What's going on? We're going to activate it. Okay, so we are waiting for it to be negated. I guess we didn't want the monster to summon for the deck to get popped, but why not just summon a filler body, let it get popped, and then this still resolves, summoning another body from the deck, right? Maxi, in response to that Bone Party, can we put up lethal damage? Surely we can. We have a 5K Combined Creation, plus we could, no, we're not going to take the Maxi challenge. Nope, we're going to chill. We ain't doing it. Not here, not now. Let's go. All right, we're adding from the hand, not summoning from the deck. Chain Maxi in response to the normal summon, and we are still going to at least be summoning our Dryden here. Dryden's going to be detaching material, pop a face-up card in the field, wiping out the opposing Dark Blade. And even if we attack directly, so what? We can't make an effective Zeus. It's not going to have enough materials to wipe the field. Dark Blade pop itself, summon for the deck, Anguish. Let's speed this up, search our deck for the Combined Creation. Come forth, Horse pop itself, send from the deck to the grave, levels equaling up to its level. We have Gaddock being reborn from the graveyard, not triggering its effect, making an SP Little Knight. We're then going to return 5 cards in the graveyard back into the deck. Come forth and summon Combined Creation, 6,600 damage on the field. This is enough for lethal, and just like that, Slouser YouTube advancing with Memento. Yes.